नमस्ते बिटिया, I am JVN Dr. Suman Shekhawat, Department of Kai Chikitsa, Faculty of Ayurvedic Sciences, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today we will discuss on the topic of respiratory system examination. First of all, before starting how to examine the respiratory system, we should know how to take the history that related to the respiratory system. First of all, we should see that all these kind of symptoms present in the patient or not. We should ask with the patient, like cough, expectoration, hemoptysis, breathlessness, wheeze, chest pain, and history of tuberculosis. If present, you should ask with the patient that evening rise of temperature, night sweat, anorexia, weight loss, hemoptysis, pleurisy, meningitis, lymphadenitis in past or in family, TB contact. We should ask with the patient the habit of the patient, that he or she is taking alcohol, smoking, tobacco or gutka chewing. Aspiration, foreign bodies, vomiters, for industrial disease, occupation, residence near factories or mills, allergy, family history of asthma, hay fever, eczema, rhinitis and sinusitis. We should ask with the patient of past history of measles, influenza, whooping cough in childhood, diabetes, and exposure to TB, STD and HIVs. We should see and we should ask with the patient of mediastinal compression, dysphagia, hoarse voice, dyspnea or dry cough, swelling over face. We should do the general examination of the patient, like we should see build and nutrition of the patient, nails and conjunctiva, pallor, clubbing, cyanosis, icterus, lymphadenopathies, especially skinly nodes and cervical nodes, edema of feet, JVP, and we should see temperature, pulse, respiratory rate and blood pressure of the patient. We should see neck, thyroid swelling and tracheal tug. Horner syndrome like ptosis, meiosis, anhidrosis, anophthalmos absent, ciliospinal reflexes. Upper respiratory tract, sinus tenderness, throat and nails, posterior pharyngeal wall for posterior nasal drip, and gums and teeth of the patient. Respiratory system examination, we should see inspection, palpation, percussion and auscultation of the patient. Inspection, we should see in the patient chest shape of chest, respiratory movement, mediastinum and miscellaneous. Shape of chest, we should see anterior and posterior and transverse diameter, barrel shaped chest, etc. Following bulging, flattening and retraction of the chest, it present or not, subcostal angle, shoulder, spine, spino-scapular distance on both sides of the both side of chest, right or left sided, or both side of lungs. Respiratory movement, respiratory rate, rhythm, character, abdominal, thoracic, thoraco-abdomen, abdomino-thoracic. We should see in the patient that character of respiratory movement, equality, accessory muscle or respiration, intercostal retraction, fullness. Mediastinum, trail sign, apex impulse, miscellaneous, sinus, scars on chest, palpation, dilated veins and shiny skin over lower chest. Emphysema, it can be in emphysema or fetor hepatica. Palpation, finding of inspection confirmed including chest movement. Mediastinum, trachea, apex beat, and tactile vocal phreatis TVF. Miscellaneous, tenderness over lower intercostal space, other vibration, palpable rails, rhonchi, and rub. We should see, if we are doing that percussion, then we should see anteriorly right side and left side. Right side in clavicular percussion, intercostal resonance, lever dullness, tidal percussion, shifting dullness, and percussion myoconia. Or in left side we should see clavicular percussion, intercostal resonance, cardiac dullness, Traub's area, shifting dullness, percussion myoconia. Anteriorly suprascapular, interscapular, infrascapular, in axilla, axillary and infraaxillary. Auscultation, breath sound normal or diminished. Type of breath sound, vesicular, bronchial, and vesicular with prolonged expiration. Foreign sound, rails, rhonchi or rub. Vocal resonance, miscellaneous, bronchophony, egophony, coin test, etc. If we want to do the assessment of or the diagnosis of the disease of patient that related with which system, then first of all, for the diagnosis of the disease we should take the history of the patient. After that we should do general examination of the patient, or on the basis of both these things we should do related systemic examination for the patient. These all things are very confirmatory for the diagnosis of the disease. And after that, if we are not able to identify the or to diagnose the disease, then we should go for the investigation that is also related to the specific system. And on the basis of the investigation we can diagnose the problem of the patient.
नमस्ते बिटिया, हमेशा खुश रहो. आई एम जेवीएन डॉक्टर सुमन शेखावत, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ काय चिकित्सा, फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेदिक साइंसेज, ज्योति विद्यापीठ, विमेंस यूनिवर्सिटी, जयपुर. Today we will discuss on respiratory system examination. In the series of respiratory system examination, now we will talk the computed tomography scan. CT scan is a vital part of the staging of lung cancer. And lung cancer and inoperability may be demonstrated by evidence on CT of mediastinal involvement. Next is radioisotope imaging in the lung. The most widely used radioisotope technique is combined ventilation and perfuse scanning, used to aid the diagnosis of pulmonary embolism. The perfusion scan is performed by injecting intravenous a small dose of micro aggregated human albumin particles labeled with technetium-99. Next is magnetic resonance imaging, MRI. Magnetic resonance imaging is useful in demonstrating mediastinal abnormalities and can help evaluate invasion of the mediastinum and chest wall by tumor. Next is ultrasound. Ultrasound reveals much less detail than CT scan, but has the advantage that it doesn't involve radiation, and as it gives real-time imaging, the operator can visualize what is happening it is as it happens. Positron emission tomography PET scanning. In this technique, radio labeled 18 fluoro-oxyglucose molecule is administered with is taken up by metabolically active tissue such as cancer, showing an hot spot on the imagings. Next is flexible bronchoscopy and endobronchial ultrasound. EBUS bronchoscopy is an essential tool in the investigation of many forms of respiratory disease. For discrete abnormalities such as a mass seen in the chest X-ray and suspected to be a lung cancer, bronchoscopy is usually indicated to investigate in nature under local anesthesia. The flexible bronchoscope is passed through the nose, pharynx, and larynx down the trachea, and the bronchial tree is the is then inspected is then inspected. Pleural aspiration and biopsy. A pleural effusion can give rise to diagnostic problem and sometimes management problem. When the amount of fluid causes respiratory embarrassment, when a pleural effusion is seen as a presenting feature in a middle-aged or older patient, the most likely cause is malignancy. Less commonly, particularly in younger patients, it may be due to tuberculosis. Cytological examination of pleural fluid may demonstrate the presence of malignant cell. May polymorph. Many polymorph may be seen in the effusion. Is secondary to an underlying pneumonic infection with tuberculosis. The pleural fluid should also be examined for protein contained a transudate resulting from cardiac or renal failure can be distinguished from an exudate. Next is lung biopsy. As noted above, the technique of transbronchial biopsy can be used to obtain sample of lung parenchyma, but often samples are too small for diagnosis in the circumstances. Biopsy of the lung taken as thoracoscopy may be of value. Immunological test. Asthma attacks may be due to type 1 immediate hypersensitivity reaction on exposure to common environment protein known as allergen. In such individual, an inherited tendency to produce exaggerated level of immunoglobulins IgE against these allergen is responsible. Part of the assessment of such allergic protein might include skin prick test. Alternatively, serum level of specific IgE against allergen may be measured by blood test, formerly known as RAST test, to demonstrate sensitization. Next is test for tuberculosis. Tests for tuberculosis. TB continue to be a worldwide problem, occurring most frequently as a pulmonary infection but also commonly in the lymph node. TB is less common. Sputum can easily be tested by light microscoping using a gel Neisen or Aromine stain to look for the acid-fast bacilli. Where available, culture should be undertaken as drug monoresistance and multi-drug resistance. TB, MDR TB continue to be a major problem in the fight against to the infection. Test for latent TB and heart. Tests for latent TB and HEP and Montek skin test are still widely used to look for evidence of previous TB exposure. In many centers, they are being superseded by blood tests that use the interferon gamma releasing assay IGRA, which measures interferon gamma release from T cells activated by the presence of Mycobacterium tuberculosis. At the present time, the IGRA blood test doesn't differentiate between active and latent TB and should be used only to diagnose latent disease. False negative can occur in disseminated and non-pulmonary active disease and can therefore be misleading with diagnosis active inspection. Thank you. This session is powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University Jaipur. I hope you all are satisfied with this session. If you feel any kind of problem with this session, mention it in comment box. I will resolve it soon. Thank you.